What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lips, and I am here to talk about goaltending today. Goaltending, obviously one of the most important positions in the National Hockey League, but goaltenders have been struggling, not just this season, but there's been a downward trend in goaltending. So what's going on with that? Why is goaltending seemingly on the decline? What factors are playing into that? So let's go into a little bit of the facts. This year is the first year since 1995-1996 season that there has been a sub 900 save percentage throughout the league. Take all the goaltenders, take all the saves, take all the shots on goal, all the goals scored. There's a sub 900 save percentage. And many teams throughout the league have goaltenders that are in the 800s and even a couple of them in the 700s. So if you're not familiar, a 900 save percentage is essentially saving 9 out of 10 shots. Goaltenders take a high volume of shots, so the save percentage is usually in 0.9 or 0.8, and that's basically how you calculate the save percentage, for those of you who don't know. If you're watching the channel, I'm sure you understand that. But goaltending, just a couple of years ago, the average save percentage was 915, 91.5%. Pretty good. So a significant drop off. Why is that? Well, for starters, the skill in the league has gotten crazy good. And the guys who are playing are faster. They got unbelievable stick handles, puck movement. The skill in the league right now is at an all-time high. You got guys like Bedard, Celebrini. Next year, you got Gavin McKenna. These guys are just fantastic, generational. Got guys like Lane Hudson, who's coming up as a defenseman, Matthew Schaefer. Kids breaking into the league at a young age with a ton of skill and can skate. And it's making goaltenders' lives very difficult. But there's always been skilled players in the league. There's been Lemieux and Gretzky and Messier and all over. There's always been skilled players. After them, you got Crosby, Ovechkin, Patrick Kane. But why all of a sudden now do we have a lot of goaltenders seemingly struggle to get a 900 save percentage? I think it has to do in part with we've added a couple teams the last 10 years. For a while, we were at 30. Now we're at 32. And there's talk of going to 36. So when you add 32 teams, you added 2 teams, you took 40 guys that were seemingly minor league hockey players, albeit they could still be very talented. They'd be playing in the minor leagues. Now they're coming up. Now they're playing. And obviously, those guys are defensemen, those guys are forwards, and there's goaltenders. So there's a goalie and a backup. There's 4 goalies right now that would technically be AHL players if it was 10 years ago. And there's 40 skaters in the league today that would be AHL or college players 10 years ago. So it's kind of seemingly like the skill level, while the top end skill has improved, you have guys that maybe wouldn't have cracked the roster, or maybe they wouldn't be regular NHL players that are probably regular NHL players now because of the expansion. And I've talked about this before. They're trying to expand the league to 36 teams. So if they expand the league to 36 teams, you better take your top end talent and you better hold on to it. Because now it's not just 20 and 20 when you go from 30 to 32, that's 40 players. You're talking about possible 80 players, 8 goaltenders that are currently minor league, wherever they may be, AHL, KHL, collegiately, and they're going to play in the National Hockey League. So, seemingly, while you do have a lot of skill and higher end talent, you also have a diluted talent pool. It's almost a double-edged sword. It's a combination of things. And what the league does from here, I don't know. I think more goals are probably the way to get casual fans in. There's not a lot of casual fans that want to sit and watch a 1-0 hockey game. They want to see 6-5 hockey games, and they just might get it as a league expands. So, where do we go from here? I don't know. I just don't think the goalies in this day and age, there's not much skill that goes along with goaltender. Yes, of course, you need to know positioning and technique, but a lot of that comes in time. That's why you see a lot of goaltenders take longer to develop than defensemen, forwards, and centers. They just take longer to develop. And even when they do get into the league, they got to get the feel for the speed. They got to get into their positioning. They got to know when a defenseman is playing a certain way, whether to play the pass or the shot. It all takes time. It all takes experience. And as we have more teams, more players in the league, I think we're feeling that. I think we're feeling the effects of adding Vegas and Seattle. And if we add 4 more teams, which Bettman wants to do, you're going to see a lot more goaltenders get hung out to dry. Probably 900 is going to be the new 930 save percentage, and the average goaltender is going to have an 880 save percentage. That's why I've been saying guys like Celebrini, guys like Bedard, if they go to 36 teams, 150 points might be the norm for them because talent pool gets diluted. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think the higher scoring games are good for the league? Are you concerned about goalie save percentage? Do you think I'm just completely wrong? Either way, if you agree, leave a like. If you don't, leave a comment. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I appreciate it. I'm only about a month into this, guys, and I feel pretty good, and I'm happy with all the support. So thank you, guys, and I'll see you next time.